right, we're on Middot, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Tet, 9th Mishnah, in the first chapter, Masechet Middot. Says the Mishnah, we're talking about the Beit Hamoked. Before he says the Mishnah, we're talking about the Beit Hamoked. Let's just look at our 3D thing. Remind ourselves we're here in the Beit Hamoked where the fire was. So the Mishnah continues. I don't know why it's so interested in Beit Hamoked, but there's a lot of stuff to say. Umakom hayasham. There was a place in the Beit Hamoked, amma al amma, 1 amma by 1 amma. V'tavla shel shayish. It was a tavla. It was like a tile of shayish, of marble. V'tavat hayta kvu'aba, and it had a ring set in it. V'shalshelet she'amaftechot hayu tuluyot ba, and there was a chain to which the keys were hanging on it. So there was this 1 by 1. Let's look at our 3D. Here we're looking at the Beit Hamoked. We're going to zoom in, see if we can get in here. Okay, and here you go. There was this marble 1 amma by 1 amma piece of shayish, piece of marble, piece of tile. It had a ring in it, and it's really cool how he did it. And the keys to the Beit Hamikdash were tied to it. Higbiya et tavla betabat. Okay, so then they would pick up the tavla. I think that the maftechot, the chain, was at the bottom. So they picked up this big tile with the ring. V'natalat maftechot min hashashel. They took the keys off the chain. V'na'al hakohen b'bivim. The kohen would use this. Let's go back to our model. This model is tricky. You can see, by the way, you can see the website here if you just look for it. YM for it, Beit Hamikdash, Beit Hamikdash. Search for it. You can find it yourself. It's tricky to turn around. Okay, here's the tavla. Here's the thing. But you could see he would go, and then they would lock the door. These crazy doors. I don't know how thick they were, but they would lock these doors from inside. You don't see keys or locks, but but there was a lock on it somehow. Okay. Ben Levi Hashem and the Levi would sleep outside. Gamar mi li'ino, when he's done locking the door, hichzir et hamatefot l'shalshelet, he would return the keys to the chain. Ve'et hatavla limkomar, then put that big block back in its place. Natan kasuto aleha, he placed his clothing over it, his sleeping bag. Yashen, he would sleep on it. And that's how you would guard, because there would be a guard somehow. Let's see if we can find it. There'll be a guard somehow sleeping. I mean, you turn it around. The problem with this thing is you always end up walking through walls if you find yourself. So there would be a guard sleeping on this thing somehow here on the tabla. So I don't think it stuck out that way. I think there was a ring on it, but I don't think it stuck out in the way that they said it stuck out, because otherwise, how would you sleep on that thing? An interesting question. Anyway, if one of them saw a keri, if they had a nocturnal emission, so then he became tameh, and he had to go to the mikvah. Yotzeva olech ba mesiba. He goes to the mesiba. Mesiba, it had a round staircase. Olech tachat habira. They went under the bira. The bira is another word for the Beit Hamikdash. In our 3D model, you can just see, we've seen this circular staircase, this sovev. That's how he describes it. But if you look at the Machon HaMikdash, see if I can find the Machon HaMikdash, the Beit Hamoked, the Machon HaMikdash, we've seen their pictures. They sort of envisioned the whole thing. I don't know where the sovev was. They envisioned the whole thing. There's like there's like a round staircase. I'm not exactly sure where the round staircase would go, unless that was a circular staircase. Really difficult to know. Anyway, there were lights above and below, until he gets to the bottom where there's a Beit Tefillah. We've seen a picture of that. Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov says, no, b'mesiba ha'olechet tachat hachel, yotzei v'holech lo betadi. There's in the mesiba there was a tunnel that went under the chel. Let's go back to our map here. And under the chel, remember this is the chel, so he would go down, and then they would have, I guess there was an underground tunnel system, like the White House, I guess, and it would make a lot of sense. Okay, and he would walk out. He wouldn't come out into the Beit Hamikdash. He was tameh, but rather he would come out. When he came out, he wouldn't go there. Rather, he would go under there, okay, and come out in the north where Sha'ar Tedi was. So just to remind you, remember this is the north. You're looking at it from north to south. If we look at Har Habayit, so I just wanted to show you. So this is the Beit Hamikdash. I'm gonna see if I can rotate it right, so we see from the same way. This is Sha'ar Tedi. So I guess this is the Beit Hamoked. If we zoom in, let me move myself over to zoom in. There's a different, this is a PDF. So if we zoom ourselves in, we can see this is the Beit Hamoked. Somehow there was a tunnel system that got him out at Sha'ar Tedi. we'll stop here and dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.